And welcome back to Prairie View, Texas. It's the third quarterfinal matchup. Number 3, Grambling State, and number 6, Jackson State. So far, the top seeds have held serve. This morning, the number 1 seed and host Prairie View A&M won 4-0 over Arkansas Pine Bluff, and then just completed about an hour ago. Impressive showing from Alabama State, but beating Texas Southern 3-0. Texas Southern was one of the hot teams coming in a 5-game unbeaten streak. Matt Peterson with former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. We are set. It's the Tigers and the Tigers underway from Prairie View. What are you watching for early on, Andrew?
Well, one thing I'm noticing is Jackson State really up for this. In the pre-game huddle, really loud, really animated. So I'm looking to see how much energy they bring into the game. Obviously, number 6 seed, probably underdogs in the game. But as we've seen today, it can go either way.
Kaylee Payne, number 7 up front for Grambling, is the Offensive Player of the Year in the SWAC, announced this week. 10 goals, 37th best total in the country, 3-game winning goals. She's living up to her billing as the preseason SWAC Offensive Player of the Year. And we'll see how it goes today. Jackson State, their head coach, Dr. Ten Flogates, and then Craig Roberts, the head coach at Grambling State. Corner kick here in the early going for Grambling State. Hannah Roach will take it, senior from Marysville, Ontario. Transfer from Ohio Valley University. Here comes the corner kick. Nodded away and cleared. But back in play here for Grambling State. And no problem at the back.
Good start from Grambling State, putting a little bit of pressure on getting the corner, and then another ball dangerous into the area. They're looking confident to start the game. The one thing we've been blessed with so far today is we've seen goals, haven't we? So I wouldn't be surprised if we have more attacking, free-flowing football. Good little piece of interchange there from Grambling State, passing the ball around a little bit. Unfortunately, the last pass just a little bit too far in front of Obizu.
Patient across the back from Grambling State.
Oh, lovely skill from Kadeen Jack there. Nice skill in the middle, comfortable on the ball.
Jack, first team All-SWAC selection. She's from St. James in Trinidad, transfer from FIU.
Yeah, really comfortable. From what I've seen already, Grambling passing the ball around nicely. In fact, all the games we've seen today, they've all played passes, haven't they? They've all been comfortable on the ball. To be honest, I've been very highly impressed with the standard of play.
Hard challenge there from Jack. Good hustle to win it. Miranda Urbizu earns a free kick. Urbizu from San Marcos, Texas.
Strong challenge from Cobb on the shoulder, but Urbizu just shook it off and got up. Good attitude.
Oh, a possibility here. Turning from Jackson State. Edge of the area. Good hit. What a goal! Jackson State against the run of play has its opening goal. Annalise Brunson, the Idaho native, have a day.
So what a strike. It's fallen to her on the edge of the box. And she's absolutely whacked it from outside the box on the half volley. It was good play to begin with from Bryn Walker, who was direct, tried to cut inside. We thought the opportunity was gone, but it fell out to Brunson, and a touch and hit, and what a strike. You know, that's such a difficult skill to keep that on target, and as you can hear, it's, the fans are absolutely loving it. What a goal.
Brunson from Sugar City, Idaho, named second team All-SWAC in the awards this week, and she backs it up with that goal. Seemingly out of nowhere after 5 minutes of pressure from Grambling State, but now the number 3 seed is behind, looking for the tying goal immediately. A good recovery, nice angle taken. Sydney Wilson, the junior from Liburn, Georgia, concedes it.
Grambling started the game particularly well, didn't they? They were passing the ball about and actually looking confident, but then a wonder strike to take the lead for Jackson.
Flicked on. First time hit with the left foot. Well defended and clear. Maya Joy Thompson, sophomore, defender for Jackson State out of Ontario, Canada.
We did mention before the game, Jackson State were very animated. They're definitely up for it, aren't they? You can hear the substitutes on the bench willing the team forward and really enjoying it, the occasion. We're yet to see that edgy 0-0 draw, which I keep saying usually happens, aren't we?
Yeah, these tournaments, you oftentimes get a scoreless draw, go to overtime, go to penalties, but it's been an offensive showcase. 4 goals, 4 different scorers in the first game from Prairie View A&M. A 3-0 comprehensive effort in the second game, Alabama State over TSU. Here we are, the number 6 seed leading early on. Quick restart. Here's a nice strike, and it's wide. Crafty restart. Jack is limping after that challenge.
What we saw in the first 2 games was the underdogs put a good stand in. They just never got that go-ahead goal or didn't get the goal to make it a better game. This could make it interesting. Jackson State getting the early goal, getting ahead. The onus is now on Grambling to come back into it.
Jackson State a tough year. 4 wins, 11 losses, 3 draws, but they went 3-3-3 in SWAC play, so they did enough to get into the tournament. 3 wins and 3 draws. Well, we see the individual quality, and look at this skill. No problem at all under some pressure there. That was Haley O'Leary, 32, the senior from Phoenix. Annalise Brunson is their leading goal scorer. She has 6 on the season after that goal.
Referee setting an early precedence here if he goes for the yellow card. When you give a yellow card so soon into the game, you leave yourself a little bit open to the game running away from you.
Free kick here for Grambling State. Into a good spot, headed backward towards goal, dangerous, alive, chested, off the bar, the flag is up. It will not count. Either offside, think off the header. We see good communication here with the assistant referee and the head referee. There's a wild play there with a chest to clear it off the line, then the subsequent shot hit the bar.
And the subsequent 2 are free. There was another goal mile scramble. We've already seen one today. The referee, the linesman was confident in the situation. It's difficult to be confident about a offside decision. I think it was maybe because the goalkeeper was a little bit further out that there was an offside behind.
Yes.
But there you see Grambling putting the ball into the box. You create chances by just taking the opportunity to throw one into the danger area.
Jackson State continuing its late season surge. They had a slow start to conference play. Now Jackson State lost to Prairie View A&M 2-1. They drew Texas Southern, lost to Grambling State, but they turned things around early October. They beat Arkansas Pine Bluff away 4-2. Beat Alcorn State 4-2. Then they smashed Mississippi Valley State 5-0. 3 straight wins before ending the season with 2 draws and a loss. Low scoring at the end of the year, 1-1, 0-1, and 0-0. But that mid-season run really put them in position to make the tournament. Now here they are as the 6th seed, leading number 3 seed Grambling State in the early stages.
Well, that defensive record at the end of the season shows you if they get a goal like they have, they're going to be difficult to beat. Grambling really put themselves in a situation where they're going to, as we've mentioned already today, no game's going to be easy. You don't want to go down behind early in a game.
In the prior matchup, hosted by Grambling State won 1-0 in overtime. Good position. Lisbeth Aguero scored 2 minutes into the first overtime for the game-winning goal.
That was I think it was Olivia Cobb there trying to run in behind. Showed some real good pace.
Now it's bouncing in the box. The Dutch goalkeeper, Brit Verhees, from Stramproy in the Netherlands. You familiar with Stramproy after your time there?
No, not actually. Stramproy. I'll have to Google that one. She didn't look comfortable at all there, did she?
Yellow card shown.
To who's the yellow card to?
Annalise Brunson, the goal scorer. So she's in the book. And your driver played for Beerschot in the Eredivisie.
No, De Graafschap.
De Graafschap. Getting my
close.
Yeah.
Did Brunson make contact with the goalkeeper? I for a second was worried because it looked like it was an injury from just running out, which is obviously more worrying than a little kick.
I'm just laughing at the prior sequence. Sometimes I say the wrong thing just to see if you're paying attention, Andrew Driver.
It's good to know you know me.
Yes, yes. Somebody made an error in your Wikipedia bio.
The amazing thing is Beerschot is actually a place.
I know.
Yeah.
And they have a team.
Yeah. But that's actually Belgium, by the way.
Yes. Different country. One of those in Western Europe.
But anyway, back to the more important things.
Urbizu. Lisbeth Aguero. Had the game-winning goal against Jackson State in the prior meeting early October. Free kick. It's been a rough and tumble start for Jackson State. They have an early goal and they're trying to defend it.
Yeah, but they're full-blooded, aren't they? They're going in for the tackles and they're going in for all challenges. Grambling will know they're in a game.
Here's the restart. No problem. Confident goalkeeping from Tiana Taylor. Restart delivered. Cameron Powell, senior from Charlotte, Sun Valley High School.
Yeah, Powell just put too much on it there, didn't she? Into the box, it wasn't a bad strike. He just too close to the goalkeeper, who did well. The wind's actually died down a little bit now, hasn't it? It's not as blustery when the ball's in the air, so it may be a little bit easier for the goalkeepers.
Change there for Jackson State. Megan Richardson, sophomore from Madison, Mississippi. Transfer from Holmes Community College. In for Isabella Randall, the freshman from Ontario. She likes coming off her line. She's a veteran of this competition. She's been here the last few years. Britt Verhees, now a grad student, one of the veterans of the group. Oh, over the top from Pena, just too long from the Offensive Player of the Year in the SWAC.
Yeah, it was a good effort, wasn't it? She saw the goalkeeper off a line. It's a difficult skill. We saw one earlier where to take the pace off the ball, especially in this wind. But I like the fact that she looked at, and you see there, Grambling just going a little bit more direct, and you see if you follow up on the direct balls, you can get opportunities.
Good here from Jackson State.
To start the game for Jackson State, they're obviously the underdog. And we saw in the game with Alabama State that when you clear the ball, it helps so much that the strikers can hold on to it. And
yes.
You've already seen Bryn Walker hold the ball up really well when it's gone there, and it really helps relieve the pressure of the team. And if you're going to cause an upset, it helps when the ball goes forward, it sticks.
Look at that first touch from Brunson. Off the knee, in full stride, then off to a teammate on the left. Olivia Cobb. Good from Jackson State. They attack with 4. Great cut. Here's the shot. It's right at Verhees, but love that skill and confidence in the open fields.
Brilliant, wasn't it? Brunson did so well to come out to the left, open up the space, and then laid it in for Bryn Walker. And a nice little, it was like a dummy, wasn't it? Cut inside, and it wasn't a bad strike in the end.
It's a really open game. The goal has helped with that. 15 minutes in. That was Bryn Walker, junior from Wichita. It's a Wichita High School East. She's number 21, the number 9 on the fields for Jackson State. We've had a first half goal in each of the 3 quarterfinals. Prairie View A&M led 1-0 at the half. They won 4-0. For Alabama State, it was a 1-0 lead. They led 3-0. Long shot from Jack is blocked.
Nice skill there from Ibiza, wasn't it? Back to goal. She turned the defender and cut inside, and the play opened up for her. And it was good, well worked from Grambling on that occasion.
Another free kick won by Grambling State. Cameron Powell. Booking coming here. Fast and furious here in the first half.
The referee's left himself in a really hard position right now. 3 yellow cards to start the game. Especially in tournament play like this, you don't want to be giving out red cards or anything like that.
Olivia Cobb in the book. Freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina, a transfer from North Carolina A&T State. Restart coming for Grambling State. Mackenzie Rastatter. She's from Aptos, California, in the Bay Area, Soquel High School. Rastatter, dangerous spot, punched away. Alive for Grambling State. They lay it back. Good closeout. Still alive, though, for Grambling State. Low hit. A barrage of shots here for Grambling, and great defending from Jackson State.
Jackson are up for it, aren't they? They're putting the body on the line, stopping shots. A really good goalkeeping on that occasion.
Good push up this right side, Olivia Cobb. Hard challenge. Throw in coming. That was Mackenzie Rastatter, a junior center back from the Bay Area, out to slow down Cobb.
Jackson State, they've started on working extremely hard to begin the game. It's going to be difficult, isn't it, to maintain this pressure and this momentum.
Grambling State 7-7-2 for the year, 6-2-1 in conference play under head coach Craig Roberts. Pena, well defended. That was Sydney Wilson, the junior from Liburn, Georgia, getting in her way. Hannah Roach lost it. Brunson, the goal scorer, crossing. Settling, turning. Good defending.
Brunson started sharp, hasn't she? Every time she gets the ball, she looks at danger. She scored the wonder goal, and she's making some real energetic runs going forward.
Kaylee Pena, 10 goals to lead Grambling State. Lisbeth Guerrero second with 4. Then you have Layla Loring with 3, Caden Jack with 2. The end of the season in fine form last Friday, a 4-0 win over Arkansas Pine Bluff. Before that, a surprise loss to Alabama A&M on the road. Beat Alcorn State before that. They smashed Mississippi Valley State 6-0 before that. So this team could score some goals.
You saw again there some real nice play from Caden Jack. She's really good on the ball already, but a little bit frustrated because she's looked up. She's trying to play the pass, and maybe she never got the runners in front of her.
13 goals in the last 4 games on the season for Grambling State. Some really thumping wins. 6-0 over Southern. 6-0 over Mississippi Valley State. The overtime win over Jackson State. Had a draw with Troy, a 1-0 loss to Little Rock. Lost in overtime at Sam Houston, lost to Southern Miss by a goal. Tough schedule. The flag is down. Jackson State defending well, desperate at some points.
Good to see a good turnout for both teams as well, isn't it? It adds an extra dimension when you've got supporters for both teams.
Absolutely. Grambling State attacks with 4. 6 back for Jackson State plus the goalkeeper. Again, the opening goal, Annalise Brunson, the sophomore from Idaho. Her 6th goal of the season. Came inside 5 minutes. Free kick. Won by Jackson State. It's Megan Richardson, sophomore from Madison, Mississippi. Transfer from Holmes Community College. And Andrew, for the first time today, the sun is out.
Forgot what it was like.
It's peaking off to the west.
It feels nice. I'm probably going to regret all the thermals that I went and bought this morning.
But the wind has died down. I think that's the #1 factor in this rising tide of temperature. Verhees off her line.
I have to say, though, even with the weather and the coldness, all the games have been entertaining so far. It would have been a lot colder if the games weren't very good.
8 goals already. 4 in the opener, 3 in the second quarterfinal, and now a 1-0 lead for Jackson State. Trying to be the first team to pull an upset here at the SWAC Soccer Championship. The top seeds have won. We have a 1-4 matchup in the first semifinal tomorrow. Host and #1 seed Prairie View A&M taking on Alabama State, 3 p.m. And this is the first of the night stanza. One of these teams will book their place in the other semifinal, set for the 5:30 tomorrow. Throw in to Grambling State.
Good defending on that occasion, wasn't it? Lindsay Jayasimi got herself in a great position. Good defending, won the ball back and wins a throw-in.
Jayasimi, senior from Glen Ridge, New Jersey. Now we see a change. Jayasimi will go off. Make that Cameron Powell goes off. Ariana Buggs, sophomore from Winchester, California, Vista Marietta High School.
You see already the likes of Cade and Jack getting a little bit frustrated. They've obviously got great talent, this Grambling team. They can't allow themselves to get frustrated. They just need to work their way back into the game. There's a long way left to go. They've definitely got the quality and the ability, but if you start getting frustrated, you try doing too much, it can end up being a frustrating night all the way through. Just gain the confidence, keep playing, and your opportunities will come.
Now, Craig Roberts, head coach at Grambling State. Interesting story. He was a assistant coach of the Puerto Rico women's national team. Had the same job with Haiti before that. Hard challenge there in midfield. Roberts had a 9-year run at the head coach at Ball State University. Then went to the Puerto Rico Sol professional team. So from college soccer to pro soccer in Puerto Rico to national team stints with Puerto Rico and Haiti as an assistant. Now back to the college game with Grambling. He led them to the championship game in the spring. They fell in penalties in the championship match.
Wonder if his international experiences brings the likes of Cade and Jack to Grambling. They've clearly got a good roster, and a coach that travels like that, you make connections, you potentially can bring players from all over.
Jack there, Imogen Fowler from Derby, England. And a well-traveled roster from across the U.S. Roberts, good run in the MAC. Had a home unbeaten streak of 25 games during his 9 years there. Here's Pena, the offensive player of the year in the SWAC, trying to bring her team back. Down a goal in the quarterfinals. Throw in near sideline.
Yeah, potentially just coming a little bit deeper there, Pena, to get on the ball. Not had much opportunity so far. As the offensive player of the year, you want to try and get her on the ball as much. You don't want the game to pass her by. So I like that. She's come into a deeper position, get on the ball, get a feel for it, and start influencing.
And before Grambling State and Ball State, Craig Roberts was at UT Martin. Really good defending here. They've gotten the lead. Now they're willing to hang on to it. Jackson State, the number 6 seed.
Where's UT Martin?
In Texas. The city of Martin. But of course it's not Texas, Martin, Tennessee. challenging your geography. The Oldham, England native and Andrew Roberts. It's kind of a chaotic start to this one.
It's been enjoyable again, though, hasn't it? Jackson State have come into it with full of energy. We could tell before the game that they were making a lot of noise. They were geeing themselves up, and they've carried that onto the field.
We love the urgency from Grambling. We love being direct and incisive, but do they need to slow down just a little bit and get a little more composure in the attacking half?
That's what I was saying. You can see Jack getting a little bit frustrated. She's obviously got loads of ability. You have players like that. You have Pena. You just need to relax. You need to play the way around it. It's like Prairie View in the first half. They clearly have the quality, but they were up against Arkansas Pine Bluff, who defensively was superb, but they showed patience, and then the opportunities came. Once you start rushing, you lose the ball a little bit. You start chasing, it becomes difficult. Being a favourite is always hard. As an underdog, you've got nothing to lose, don't you? You can take your chances when they come. Where as the favourite in a game, you're expected to break the opposition down.
Pena. Good defending. She earns a free kick. She used her body well to shield the ball. Excellent work there from Kaya Smith, the junior from Atlanta.
Brilliant, wasn't it? Shepherded the ball to the edge of the pitch and then put the body in the right position, win a free kick, take off the pressure, and let the team regroup further forward.
Kaya Smith went to Chamblee Charter High School in Atlanta. Free kick given. Another booking coming here. Surprise shown. Kadeen Jack, first team all SWAC player into the book. Another yellow card in this first half.
You know that you know that frustrates me every time we commentate and I see a referee give a yellow card after 5 minutes. He leaves himself no option, and she's gone for the ball. It's a really tough challenge, but it's 50-50. Yeah, I'd prefer to see the referee let the game flow, let them play. Especially in a tournament like this where you don't have many games, you need all players.
Central, jacked as well, a simple settling touch and a clearance.
Especially that the game's been played in a great manner, hasn't it? There's no malice in any of the challenge. You just got to let it go, let them enjoy themselves, and then if it does boil over, then you bring out the yellow card to calm it down.
Here's the goal scorer, Annalise Brunson, crossing. Jackson State hustling to win a lot of these second balls.
The effort's fantastic. Brunson again looking dangerous. It was a real nice ball into the box.
Free kick. Kaya Smith earns the free kick. She'll restart as well. 16.5 minutes to halftime. Glove type weather here in Prairie View. In the morning game, Prairie View A&M and Arkansas Pine Bluff, the players were bundled in blankets on the bench. And it was one of those days where the players really didn't want to come off. You saw sometimes the coach made a change and the players were a little bit hesitant to go off.
And it's always miserable when you come back on, when you have to take the big jackets and blankets off.
Into the stands, just missed a soda. Is this the tempo that Jackson State wants this game at, you think?
A little bit slow here, but they've been playing at amazing tempo the game so far. They're probably happy that it's going to be a few throw-ins here in the corner just to slow it down, but they've been challenging for every ball. You see there another 50-50. They've been pressing. They've played really well. The coach has to be delighted.
The flag is down. Verhees off her line well. Nearly there again for Jackson State. That chance fell to Ana Leticia Batista from Belo Horizonte in Brazil. They hosted World Cup matches back in 2014. How deep did England go in that tournament?
Probably not very far because I can't remember.
I think they made it out of the group stage and then lost.
It'll have been disappointment eventually.
Pure pride in the Euros this year, right? Make it to the final, losing on penalties against Italy.
Yeah, it was a good one. It was an enjoyable few weeks. All the expats in Houston, we had a great time.
Andrew Driver, born in England, raised in Scotland. I always say he roots for the national team, which is more in form at the moment.
whoever wins.
Yes, whoever wins.
I'm about to just mention, though, the atmosphere we've got here now. You hear the fans singing songs.
Yes.
It's good having fans again, isn't it?
It is great. Not the same in the spring. Not the same last fall with no fans. Throw-in coming for Grambling State. Ariana Buggs from Southern California to Vista Marietta High School.
Talking of the atmosphere, that's what Jackson State need. They're playing. It was like, what's it? Jurgen Klopp call it heavy metal ball, where you run around and you're pressing. They need the energy of the fans to do that because it's going to be a long 90 minutes.
Long throw incoming for Grambling State. Down a goal. 13 minutes left in the first half. To a decent spot, headed back. That's beautiful design, but over the bar. I love that build-up. They knock it back to the corner of the 6. Good chance for Grambling State.
Yeah, well, a long throw, but with a little bit of thought in it, wasn't it?
Yes.
You do the long throw, and then you had runners off it, and from my angle, it looked like it was going to dip down under the crossbar. Good start, good opportunity for Grambling. Maybe we'll give them a little bit more confidence.
It was a knockdown header. It fell to Aria Whitney from Austin out of Connolly High School. But that was one of the better long throw-in set plays you'll ever see. Typically, it's just a flick on and hope. But that was off the goal, back to the 6, seeming like it went perfectly to script.
You see that, just going back to the play. The pressure from Jackson State, the energy in the building of them winning the ball, just all sheer effort.
Early cross back post for He's read it well. I love the early delivery. We've seen it 3 or 4 times now from Jackson State. That time from Alexis Sanchez. It's, hey, let's get it in before Grambling's back four can get set.
Yeah, but that's everything that it is. They're winning the ball in midfield, going forward and getting the balls in early.
Sensational game here. 1-0. Jackson State, the number 6 seed, leading the number 3 seed. We see a change there for Grambling. Lila Loring, one of the leading scorers. She's from Las Vegas. She comes on. Haley O'Leary, the senior from Phoenix, departs. Ariana Buggs will throw it in. Pena's been quiet in this first half. We see her coming all the way over to help out with this throw-in.
That's why we mentioned earlier, she's coming deep to get the ball. That's exactly what Jackson State will want. 10 goals on the season, you don't want her near the edge of the box. But she's obviously just feels the need to come forward a little bit. If you look at Jackson State, they're similar to the way Arkansas Pine Bluff played. You have 3 big defenders there winning the first balls and not really giving Grambling much chance going forward. They're actually playing a 4-4-2, but they have I think is it number 6 holding deep, Marley Thompson, who's sitting just in front of them, and she's winning all the first balls into the area.
Space now for Grambling State. Excellent switch on this near side. Sydney Gobert gets there. First time ball intended for Pena. Too heavy. And you can see Pena saying, slow down, take a touch there. It doesn't have to be so fast.
Yeah, patience. That's what Grambling needs to get across. And what they have to know is it's only 1-0. Don't get frustrated. Play yourself back in. Take a touch in those situations.
Throw in near side.
Like you see, Jackson State, every ball, they're competing for everything.
There's a great step. Sydney Wilson, the defender from Georgia, number 14, just slipped around the attacker and won it. There she is on the ball, 14 in blue.
We've seen that a lot this year, haven't we? When a team's really on it and the defenders come through and win those balls off the attackers, the team generally has the advantage in the game. At times when defenders just give the attackers time to take a touch, they really struggle. But when the defenders have the aggression like that, they can dominate the game.
Chance here now for Grambling State off the turnover, but just too long in possession. Aria Whitney was a great win, but it seemed like she was kind of caught between 2 ideas there.
Yes, actually winning the ball in a situation like we taught, you turn into attack straight away when you win the ball like that. You don't in a dangerous area, and I like the fact she went straight forward, just didn't really find the end delivery. But signs that Grambling is starting to get more into the game, get a bit more of a feel for the game.
3 in the box, the cross comes, it's bouncing dangerously here, and cleared by Jackson State.
Good defending. That was a good opportunity. It was a ball in from Whitney.
Wonderful win. Ariana Bugs. Here's Pena at the end line. SWAC Offensive Player of the Year, dispossess. Defensive showcase tonight from Jackson State. That was Kaya Smith.
You hear the atmosphere, all these challenges going in. Both sets of fans encouraged by what they're doing. You can see how much it means to both teams.
Another change here for Grambling State. Miranda Urbizu checks out. Imogen Fowler, the Derby, England native, transferred from Illinois Central College, in wearing number 12. It's fallen. Fowler nearly with a chance. Low shot. All the way back to Tiana Taylor. Taylor, a transfer from University of New Mexico by way of Chandler, Arizona.
She had to be aware there, didn't she? It came through a few legs. Good, safe good handling from the goalkeeper.
Space here. Right off the bench. Imogen Fowler. Throw in for Grambling State. Less than 7 minutes left in this first half. The difference remains. Annalise Brunson, spectacular goal. Her 6th of the season for a 1-0 lead. Good effort there from Fowler to get there. Long shot will not trouble Tiana Taylor.
Better from Grambling though, right? Last 5 or 6 minutes they've started to get more possession in dangerous areas, growing into the game.
Brunson. Unselfish. Slip through.
The 1-2
or he's off her line.
The 1-2 was on, wasn't it? If she'd have played it inside, then I think it was Ayana Pinder. She just played a 1-2 to Brunson. She was in on the left wing. But Brunson, again, just popping up in different areas, making great runs.
Oh, it's on for Pena. Pena trying to get there. She cannot. Good defending. Last-ditch effort from Marley Thompson.
Brilliant from Thompson, wasn't it? The pace to get back in there against the best player in the league this year. To get in and snuff out the danger line, fantastic defending.
Pena denied by Marley Thompson from Toronto, from St. Thomas Aquinas High School. Time here, Sydney Gobert. And that's a really microcosm of the first half there. The effort on show there from Ayana Pinder to get back in her own defensive half.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Brunson, great touch. She's put herself in. Brunson's shot, handled by Verhees.
What a touch. Great ball over the top. She makes some magnificent runs, doesn't she? Right into the danger area. Picked out this time, chested it in perfect into a stride. And the left-footed strike it was actually not a bad strike on the run like that.
Pretty good touch from Pena, taking that out of the air to put it to the channel. All the way back to Tiana Taylor, the Jackson State goalkeeper clears. Free kick to Jackson State. Foul called on the English native, Imogen Fowler. It's turned into a nice night in Prairie View. Mid-50s, the wind has died down almost completely.
It's mad, isn't it? We complain about the heat all year and we have one cold day. We've done nothing but complain about it today.
Under 4 minutes left, opening half. Jackson State leading Grambling State 1-0.
We've had some good games so far, but this one for me has been probably the most entertaining. It's been like 100%, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I'd say probably the most even. I think Prairie View largely controlled the first game. They won 4-0. It probably wasn't as lopsided as the score would indicate, but they took their chances. In the second game, I thought it was a dominant second half from Alabama State, fully deserving 3-0. In fact, they could have had more.
Yeah, I'd agree.
This has been probably the most even.
Yeah. It's taken a lot of effort from Jackson State. You can see the quality of Grambling, but it's just the way that they're playing. You can feel the crowd are feeding off it, the energy and the way they're playing. It's been a joy to watch.
Oh, unfortunate header. It's put in Grambling State, but good defending in the end. Nearly there for Layla Loring. One of those accidental backward headers.
Yeah, she was backpedaling, wasn't she? It's hard to jump to get under the ball if you don't time it perfectly. And lucky for her, Sydney Wilson really covering, defending was fantastic. She got in there and cleared the danger.
Approaching 2 minutes left in the opening half. Good cross. Pena tries the bicycle kick. Clearance here from Jackson State. Long shot. Nice save. If there's a rebound, Pena's there for a tap in. But nice clean handling from Tiana Taylor.
Do you know how difficult that is? The ball's bounced right, almost bounced under her. To get on top of that and hold it and not parry it away. It's a really good save from Taylor. Good strike from Jack as well. It's difficult when the ball bounces back at you like that.
Nice turn in midfield. Oh, Jack picks her pocket. Here comes Grambling State. Jack dispossessed. I feel like at times in this first half, the Grambling players are trying to do a little bit too much.
Yeah, and that's the occasion. You're in a quarterfinal, you need to win the game, you go 1-0 down. You might panic a little bit. That time she had a couple of passes on. She had Pena inside of her. Don't try too much. That's a nice play.
Good step over. And she's rumbling forward into the final third. Has 2 to cross to. Good cross. Cleared out for a corner kick.
Cobb running forward. The little dummy there to go inside, get down the outside. And by the way, that was a really good cross. It was right into the danger area. It had to take a good defensive clearance.
Olivia Cobb, freshman from Greensboro with a bright future. And on the backside, Hannah Roach, the senior, able to clear it. 30 seconds left in the first half. 1 corner kick here for Jackson State. One on top of the goalkeeper. It's delivered towards the spot, headed away by Jack. Important here for Grambling just to get this out with the seconds ticking away. 10 seconds remaining. So Andrew Driver, your thoughts on that first half? The number 6 seed, Jackson State, has a 1-0 lead. A goal from Annalise Brunton, the second team all SWAC selection. Great effort.
And they're worthy of the lead, aren't they? Grambling maybe trying a little bit too hard to get back into the game. But Jackson State, the performance and the work rate has been fantastic and deserved of the lead. And are we going to see our first real upset of the tournament?
Jackson State, spectacular goal. One of the many wonderful goals on show today at the SWAC Soccer Championships. Halftime in Prairie View. Number 6, Jackson State leads number 3, Grambling State, 1-0. We'll come back for the second half.
Champions for life didn't just happen overnight. Since 1920, the Southwestern Athletic Conference, SWAC, has been in the forefront in leadership and excellence in all our athletic programs. There are very few major sports halls of fame that a SWAC athlete is not a member. Hall of Fame coaches who were stewards and mentors to these elite athletes.
Only for the military community.
Academy Sports and Outdoors is your Nike headquarters. We are proud to offer the best and newest Nike apparel, footwear, and sports equipment. From football to baseball, basketball to soccer, and everything in between, Academy is your place for Nike. For back to school and back to the field, head to toe, your home for Nike is Academy Sports and Outdoors.
DIY means having the right tools, but at the Home Depot, that means more than hammers and saws. Search with images, that's a tool. Renting tools with a swipe, that's another one. Delivery's a tool. Same-day delivery, that's a power tool. This isn't just DIY. This is doing like never before. This is the Home Depot. How doers get more done. DIY means having the right tools, but at the Home Depot, that means more than hammers and saws. Search with images, that's a tool. Renting tools with a swipe, that's another one. Delivery's a tool. Same-day delivery, that's a power tool. This isn't just DIY. This is doing like never before. This is the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Set for the second half from Prairie View, Texas. It's the SWAC Soccer Championship on the SWAC Digital Network. Matt Peterson with former Houston Dynamo midfielder Andrew Driver. Grambling State kicks off to begin the second half. Immediately they push forward with 5, trying to find the tying goal. After the opening goal, Annalise Brunson early in the first half with inside 5 minutes. Andrew Driver, what are you watching early on here in the second half?
I think halftime came at the perfect time for Grambling. Get the coach to get them in, have a word with them, and hopefully settle the nerves and see how they come out in the second half. Can they get a little bit of possession and gaining confidence? Because this Jackson State team surely can't keep up the pace that they played the game at so far.
Here comes Jackson State through midfield. Little layoff, 1-2. Nice job to keep it in by Grambling State on this near sideline. High-flying Grambling State shut out in the first half, a team that was amongst the conference leaders in goals scored a few times with 6 goals this season. But really limited, especially Pena, the offensive player of the year, number 7 in white, who was the conference offensive player of the year.
Jackson State have done really well. They've got a little triangle defensively. You have number 5 and then the 2 defenders, 6 and 14. That there's just no space for Pena. They've got someone in front of her and someone behind her, and they just win all the first and second balls. It's been perfect tactics from the coach.
Up this left side, great speed. Low cross. Pena turning. Pena's in. Pena saved. Oh, what a turn it was from Kaylee Pena. Spectacular goalkeeping. Tiana Taylor.
And I tell you, absolutely full credit to her. It was a fantastic turn, but she could have gone down there and claimed for the penalty. But she was honest. She stayed up and she tried to slide it under the goalkeeper. It was a good save. I like the attitude, not diving, carrying on, and it was good play. That was a good start. It was number 20 down the side, Aria Whitney, who lit the place up with some pace to get into the dangerous area.
Excellent there from Grambling State, down a goal. Here's Haley O'Leary, senior from Phoenix, Desert Vista High School. Now, Grambling scored 29 goals in 16 games this season, nearly 2 goals a game. Outscored opponents 29-16. But it's been a great defensive game plan from Jackson State and head coach Dr. Ted Flogates.
Yeah, tactically perfect, hasn't it? They've stifled everything that Grambling's done. That attack there from Whitney down the left, probably the best attack they've had of the day.
Oh. Heavy touch! Verhees pushes it wide! Nearly 2 there, a mix-up at the back. Opportunistic there from Jackson State. Alexis Sanchez forcing a great save from Britt Verhees.
And that's what it was. It was a great save, wasn't it? Sanchez, though, just great awareness. The ball came to her and there was nothing else on her mind. Hit it early. It gives a problem for the goalkeeper. Verhees managed to save that. But again, Jackson State score there. Grambling really are up against it.
Now Verhees flying like Robin Van Persie at that 2014 World Cup in Brazil. Remember the diving header?
Yeah, it was a magnificent save. Especially because it was hit so early, she wouldn't have been able to get set. So it's pure reactions. Here's Cobb again.
Good strength. Nice job battling there through midfield. Ariana Buggs slide over to help out.
Nutmeg from Whitney.
Pena. Isolated. Kaylee Pena. To the end line. Throw in coming. She got the ball, but she also got Pena. That was Marley Thompson with the challenge, the junior from Toronto, Ontario.
Great defending. Great defending. Ran all the way down the line, timed it to perfection, and strong but fair challenge.
Flicked on and cleared. Big ball back in the mix. Mackenzie Rastatter off the mark. Now, Dr. Ted Flogates, in charge of Jackson State before, was the head coach at Arkansas Pine Bluff.
Bit of discontent in the arena for the foul there, the hard tackle. Did you feel it was a foul?
It's that fine line. The old adage in soccer is they got the ball, but that's not as simple as the rule is. You can get the ball and then have reckless endangerment. You could have excessive force, all sorts of things where getting the ball doesn't clear you of any wrongdoing. We've seen red cards given after you get the ball. In that case, I thought it was a clean challenge. She got the ball, she got Pena, but there was nothing after she got the ball that I thought was dangerous or against the rules.
No. I think it's exaggerated on the fact that it's probably against the best player on the team.
Yeah.
You could maybe say she's seen the opportunity to put a strong tackle in on the star player and potentially tried to hurt her, but for me it was fair.
How would you describe it to fans listening? That rule where getting the ball first, what would lead to maybe a yellow or a red given after a player gets the ball first?
Well, it's all about the follow through at times, isn't it? When you go off the floor with the tackle, you can follow through and there's aggression there. I feel at that time both feet were on the floor. She's gone in with 1 foot, potentially a little bit of a dead leg on the attacker. But I think you can see when there's malicious intent there. And like this game today, even with the challenges, there's been some heavy challenges in this game. 4 yellow cards, but for me, there's not been any malice in any of them. There's not been any talking to each other or situations where it's brimming over of control.
Yeah, the way I would understand the rule and the way I've interpreted the sport for a long time is that the tackle is the tackle. Whether you get the ball or not is sort of a secondary issue. So if the tackle is reckless and red card worthy or yellow card worthy, even if you get the ball, the punishment's going to fit the crime.
Yeah. And you can tell, they have all this way, they slow the game down and they have VAR and that nowadays. You can usually tell straight away if there was malice in the tackle, right? You can see when someone's out of control.
Yeah, the real life analogy would be, for getting the ball would be, you get into a car accident, it's your fault, and you say, but I used my turn signal. We don't care you use your turn signal, you crashed into my car. You were doing 50 in a school zone, you know.
There's always the famous one where it's a 50-50 and you go, I got there as soon as I got.
Yes.
Yes, but you were still 2 seconds too late. But by the way, back to the game, you see the goalkeeper for Jackson again there. Tayona Taylor coming out and winning the ball into the box, and every time she's come out, she's claimed it and took the pressure off.
8 minutes into the second half, Jackson State continues to leave. Annalise Brunson, the Idaho native, the spectacular goal to give her team the lead, her 6th goal of the season. 29 goals on the year for Grambling. They need 1 more, at least, to force overtime. If not, they go down as the number 3 seed.
It's nicely poised, isn't it?
Jack pushing forward. That's great from Brunson.
She's not put foot wrong.
Yep.
Back to the goal, she's been brilliant. Her movement's been great. She's made fantastic runs going forward and obviously scored the goal of the day so far with her. And that's saying something because we've had some good goals.
Just underneath, that's the time the player needs to use the inside of their left foot.
Yeah, you can see her intent though. She's trying to move inside and she's managed to win the ball back on the run outside. But I like the fact that she tried to take the ball on the move, even though the technique wasn't all there. The intent was perfect. It was Sanchez on the left side.
Alexis Sanchez, 7 in blue, from Dallas, went to Seagoville High School.
Great
it's
ball.
A great ball. Brunson's on the end of it. Brunson, first time hit underneath for Hees, but wide. Simple, direct play again from the Idaho native, Annalise Brunson.
What a ball from Payne. What a ball. Perfect into the path of Brunson. A good touch. And it's not a bad finish, is it? It's under the dive of Verhees and a yard to the left. Jackson State looking good to go to the next round.
And you can see Verhees there shouting at her teammates.
again in that situation. Brunson's touch is fantastic. She's run onto it. She's taken the touch in front of her and gets a good shot off. There again, brilliant.
Here comes Verhees. Good goalkeeping from the Dutch native.
Good intent again, the right ball for Sanchez down the line. It was Bryn Walker with the ball over the top. Just maybe needed to go a little bit wider away from Verhees.
Handball, free kick to Grambling State. Mackenzie Rastatter with the restart. Rastatler away. One back by Jackson State.
It's a long ball from Grambling. I can understand it. You're trying to get back in the game. But maybe try and play it short. Drag the Jackson State will be happy with that. We've mentioned it, that triangle at the back, the two centre halves, and I think it's Payne in front of them. That's what they want. They just want long balls into that area. They'll be aggressive and they'll win the ball and they'll clear the danger. Grambling have good players. They can pass the ball around them.
Yeah, I'll always say take what the defense gives you. They're giving you your outside backs wide open with 30 yards of space. Play them.
And that's exactly what Prairie View did in the first game, wasn't it? UAPB had 5 defenders. A long ball would have been perfect, but they played it out to Nugent on the left side, and I think it was Johnson on the right side, and just let them go forward and start the attacks and drag those defenders out. And you saw eventually they broke them down and went on to win the game.
Sydney Wilson will restart. Part of this excellent Jackson State back line that is limited. Kaylee Pena, offensive player there in the SWAC, and this high-flying Grambling State team, which has scored 29 goals on the season before tonight. There's a long shot from distance. Will not trouble Verhees. It came from Kyla Sand, sophomore from Altaloma, California.
Maybe giving Jackson State a little bit of disservice as well by making it sound like they're just putting defenders there. When they have had the ball, they've done really well forward.
Yes,
it's not like it's clearing the ball and clearing the danger. So just looking over at the linesman yawning.
Hey, it's been a long day.
It's his second game of the day.
No, it's their third. It's a 4-person crew. Let's give them credit. These officials today.
No, they have been
good.
Let's give a clap. It just makes me laugh.
Each of them will be a center. Each of them will be a assistant referee twice, and then they'll be at the 4th official. That is a long day at the office. It's
overall,
a lot of running.
And I agree with you. Overall, they have done really well.
All right. If Andrew Driver yawns once, I'm going to put him on blast today, and all of you will know. Pretty bold, though, not to cover it with the hand, though. Hey, we've all been there.
It's just as a referee, you can't give any ammo, can you?
Oh, no. Coffee available at the concession stands. Here it is. Pena, top of the box. Long touch and cleared by Kyla Sands. Jackson State ball on the far side.
Still listen to the bench of Jackson State. I questioned in the first half, can they maintain the energy? Because they came out 100 mile an hour, didn't they? And so far into, we're 15 minutes into the second half, they've managed to maintain it. The coach has to be absolutely delighted with the performance.
It falls to Brunson. 3 versus 5 here for Jackson State. Clearance in the end. Verhees off her line. It's a big challenge, edge of the box. She gets there first. Had to get there. She left her box. First time clearance from the Dutch goalkeeper.
Well done, goalkeeper. That was a difficult one. That bounced a little bit funny for her. She had to use the feet and she did well. But talk about the energy. Sanchez wasn't giving that a go, wasn't giving up on that, was she? She wasn't favourite, but she maintained it and put the goalie under pressure.
Couple changes coming here for Grambling State. We see the return of Imogen Fowler alongside Kalia Callahan, senior from Cibolo, Texas. Free kick to Jackson State. Brave header on a driven ball. Jack to the corner. Fowler on a full sprint. Back pass and simple clearance from Tiana Taylor.
Good from Jack there, wasn't it? Get on the ball, lifted ahead, played the ball in behind, and then a nice turn from her again.
That's Statler over the top. All the way to Tiana Taylor.
Brilliant from Jackson State again. When you can bring your midfield into the play like that, it was Bryn Walker holding the ball up and just slipping it into the midfielders running forward. It makes all the difference.
Callahan earns a throw it. Pena back for Callahan, edge of the box. Good defending. Taganya Payne, senior from Daytona Beach. Tanagna Payne, excuse me.
She's been like the insurance policy, hasn't she, in front of the defence so far in this game. Just sweeping across there, just seeing out any danger.
A few changes for both sides here. 2 on, 2 off.
Is that Pena limping off? That's a huge blow for Grambling.
Perhaps a cramp if she's moving that well. Maybe just cramp it up.
No, she doesn't look well. Straight onto the physio's bed.
Kaylee Pena, offensive player of the year in the SWAC, is off and receiving treatment on her stomach now as the trainer works on Kaylee Pena. It's opened up here for the Tigers of Jackson State. Good positioning for Hannah Roach. What again by Brunson.
Again, brilliant. Good turn and then finds a nice pass out into the left wing area.
Brunson cannot get there. Here comes Verhees.
It was nice from Setka though. Nice little turn in the number 10 spot. Tried to slip the pass. It was the right idea. Brunson just wasn't set up for the ball in between the defenders.
Up from Roach. Jack with the switch. Helped on by Fowler. Nice build up here from Grambling State. Throw in coming. Sydney Gobert at Rockwall High School, Rockwall, Texas will throw it in.
And we're in Sunset Soccer.
Beautiful night now as the sun sets to the west here on the prairie. Corner kick coming for Grambling. 25 minutes remaining. One game left tonight. Number 2 seed Alabama A&M and Southern. That one's scheduled for about 8 p.m. Into the box. Well defended by Jackson State. It was an acrobatic effort that time. Roach in the mix, knotted down. Strong job in the air that time. She's been good all night. Sydney Wilson, the junior from Georgia. Oh, play on. Player down for Jackson State. Whistle blown. 2 players going for the ball.
It's one of those when you're off your feet and you get hit like that and you land, you can wind yourself and it's never pleasant.
It's Ivana Setka, the senior from Lafayette, Louisiana, Lafayette High School. Walking off.
Jackson State should put someone in front of the ball here. The ball's gonna drop to Callahan and she's gonna have 10 yards to run to the end of the ball. They need someone in that gap. I would put someone directly in front of the referee to prevent them from running into the space. I think Magruder was going to do it, and now they press her, so that's good defending.
Really good from Jackson State there. It's on here for Annalise Brunson. It's fallen to Brunson again. She'll take it towards the corner. Ratstatter clears.
Brunson's been probably the player of the day for me so far. Loads of energy, good on the ball, and a great goal.
Oh, nice run. Dispossessed. Ratsatter slid over at just the right time. Junior defender, her best challenge today.
It's not the first time we've seen Cobb running with the ball.
Now it's over the top. 2-on-2 here for Grambling State, and look at the foot speed to put out that fire. Great defending. She slid over again. Sydney Wilson for Jackson State.
That's been 2 or 3 times, hasn't it? The recovery speed is fantastic to get back in and clear the danger. You're always going to, against quality teams, you're always going to be on the edge. But when you have that pace, in case there is any mistakes, you can clear the danger.
Short game here. Fowler lining up a long shot. It's blocked. Falls back to Hannah Roach. Roach towards the corner. In the mix. No problem there for Tiana Taylor. Grambling, number 3 seed, 29 goals. They had the most all-conference selections, 5 between the first and second team. So this would be quite the upset if Jackson State can pull it off with 22 minutes remaining.
Yeah, man, they've been well worth it so far, though, Jackson State, haven't they? The team performance has been perfect. Tactics all the way down to the individual play. Grambling have struggled a little bit to match the intensity, haven't they, of the Jackson State players.
Brunson, good use of the body, slips it through. Good defending. Ratstatler is back. Now it's opened up just a bit. Fowler. Here comes Hannah Roach. Into the path, Cambria Cash. Cash crossing, excellent ball. Headed wide. It'll be a throw in here for Grambling State. Cash, freshman from Arizona. Saharita High School. Roach preparing to throw it in. One more change there for Grambling State. Fowler, edge of the box. Nice work there from Paula Barrio-Blasco. Long shot right to the midst of Tiana Taylor. A 2 is entered. Paula Barrio-Blasco, midfielder from Zaragoza, Spain. Love the international flavor in this tournament. Good hustle to keep it in. That's excellent. Edge of the box. She wins it back. That's a real scrap out there. Good defending. Took everything to turn away Ayana Pinder.
Yeah, Pinder's, she's had a little bit of time on the bench, but when she's been on, she's really showed energy.
Pinder from Ontario, Canada. Restart coming here for Grambling State. You see the urgency under 20 minutes left now. Everything a little faster, I think in a good way. This is more urgency, but more under control in the second half for Grambling State.
Yeah, they need to, don't they? They're starting to get more of the territory. Obviously, Jackson State are going to be dogged. They have been the whole game. But Grambling now really need to turn the screw if they want to get back into the game.
Ratstatler with the restart. Clearance from Jackson State. Throw-in coming for the Grambling State Tigers on the far side. Ariana Buggs will throw it in. Another change coming here for Jackson State and head coach Dr. Ted Flogates. But not before this throw-in. Much deeper posture now, Andrew. You see Jackson State with all 10 field players basically inside their own defensive third.
Yeah, it's only natural, isn't it, when you get so close to an upset.
Long shot. Nice handling again. Tiana Taylor has not had a rebound tonight.
Yeah, again, good goalkeeping. That's what I was saying is, when you're the underdog, you start to retreat a little bit, even though you don't think you are as a team. The closer you get, the more defensive you become.
Here's Brunson. It's off the hand of Roach. Play on. Now the free kick is given for the handball from Roach. And Jackson State has a free kick 20 yards away.
He delayed it, and fair play to him delaying it, but Brunson actually turned the defender back when the time he blew the whistle, but he did try.
It's a really hard spot for the referee. You kind of darned if you do, darned if you don't.
Yeah.
If you don't give advantage, they're mad. If you give it too early, they're mad.
It's difficult.
It is tricky. In the end, it's a good free kick opportunity here for Jackson State, curling to the back post. Good defending. Kind of a wall of white shirts out there. And the restart was delivered by Sage Magruder, junior from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. 2 more coming back on here for Jackson State. Brunson will get a break. Along with Maya Joy Thompson, who comes off. We saw Kalia Uehara, Sacramento, California native. Wearing number 33 in blue. Free kick given to Grambling State. Under 18 minutes remaining here at the Prairie View A&M Soccer Complex, and we must say the field's held up really well. A lot of rain yesterday. It's a wet field, and we've only seen 1 or 2 divots. This is the 3rd game all day today.
It has, yeah. I never actually thought of it, but it has held up really good. It's been a good pitch to play on. We've had some entertaining games.
And the teams have warmed up on this field too. Sometimes they'll play on a side field. That's 3 warm-ups, 3 half times, and 3 full games, and the grass is holding up superbly. That drink is going to live 9 lives today in the second row. Close, but still standing. Really good game plan here for Jackson State. You like this triangle. Take us more into that and how hard it is to, if you're Pena, who's not on the field anymore, but this triangle of the center backs and defensive mid around that attacking spear for Grambling State.
Well, it's made up of Thompson, Sydney Wilson, and then in front of them, Payne. So what Payne does is she just goes in front of the attacker, and then you have the pace of the 2 behind. So no matter where Pena goes, she's got one of them with her, unless she goes really deep out of that little area. But defensively, it's been perfect, because every long ball, you get the two tall defenders winning if it goes long, and if it's a little bit shorter, you have Payne winning it. And it's worked absolutely brilliantly, hasn't it, really? Nothing has gone through the middle of this Jackson State team.
So it's basically a back five with Tanagia Payne as a third center back sitting in front, denying the entry ball to Pena or her replacement.
Yeah, so nothing into the feet, and then you really box the area when the team tries to play in that position. It's basically forced Grambling to go wide, and Grambling hasn't really tried to do that.
Here they are trying to use the right channel. The cross is there. It's just tough. They've really shut down the fulcrum. Now Pena's back on the field, wearing number 7, moving well after receiving treatment. But it's a game plan that says we want someone other than Pena to beat us, or she's going to have to make a spectacular play maybe somewhere outside of the middle of the field to beat us.
Yeah, and you've seen the way Brunson's done it tonight. She's moved from left to right. She's moved into different areas. Maybe Pena needs to do that. But no matter where, even if you go wide, you have those 3 big players in the middle defensively to clear the danger. It really has been tactically exceptional. But for tactics like that, it also helps when you have a team that's given the energy that this Jackson State team's given.
Deep throw in for Jackson State, the number 6 seed. Continues to lead to the 6th goal of the season from Annalise Brunson. Inside 5 minutes, spectacular effort. One of many great goals on show today at the Prairie View A&M Soccer Complex. 14 minutes remain. One semifinal is set for tomorrow at 3 p.m. Prairie View A&M, the number 1 seed and host, will play Alabama State, the 4th seed. Both convincing wins this morning. Prairie View A&M 4-0, Alabama State 3-0. Long throw in, flicked on. Chance here for Grambling. It's threw it in! She threw it in. She picks up the loose ball and scores, and it's tied 1-1.
Well, they took their opportunity, didn't they? They played the ball into the box. It fell out, and we mentioned a strike earlier in the game, went through bodies, and she's hit it perfectly into the bottom corner. Jayasimi took the opportunity, and Grambling, we said you make your own luck. They've thrown the ball into the box. It's fallen out, and they've hit the ball perfectly and into the net.
Lindsay Jayasimi, second-team all-conference selection, senior from New Jersey. You know, Andrew, there's a phrase, a common phrase in basketball. Always be aware of who inbounds the ball because you don't mark them. That was what happened with Jayasimi. She threw it in. It was in the box. She sprinted from the sideline to the area and scored.
Yeah, put herself in the right area, didn't she? And full credit to her as well. She's hit it so well into the bottom corner. Nothing the goalkeeper can do about it. As we see here, we have an injury on the play. I think that's Pena down again. I think she was getting a rub on her calf when she was over there. That doesn't look good if she's had it loosened off and then comes onto the pitch and it goes again. Calves are very tricky injuries. But all full credit to Grambling. They've probably not performed the best. We've talked about how Jackson State have frustrated them, but they've kept going, haven't they? And they've got themselves back in the game. Now, can they continue this momentum to go on and win?
Could the cold weather be affecting Pena? Maybe the first time in a long time she's played in cold weather, and maybe something entering the tournament is flared up, or maybe just her muscles not fully warmed up in this climate.
Oh, you never know, do you? Calves can be difficult injuries. You can have all it takes is the smallest thing, and it can really go. Seems like, I don't know if they were arguing with the goalkeeper or
maybe asking Pena to walk off quickly, which would be silly.
a bit harsh.
Yes, offensive player of the year. She can take as long as she wants to walk off.
Yeah, and it's a shame to see her struggling like that, isn't it? You want, in the tournament, you want the best players on show.
Now Pena's going to enter as soon as she can. It's 1-1, game on. It's our first tie game in the second half at this stage today. The other two were pretty convincing victories for Prairie View A&M and Alabama State. But on cue as the offside flag comes up, came from an offside position. Our most competitive game is 1-1 with 13 minutes left.
Well, it's been great though, hasn't it? It's been two good teams. Jackson State have been tactically perfect and had some really good play going forward. Grambling just kept at it and deservedly back in, and now it could go either way.
Jaya Semi won a 5 all-conference selection. She made the second team, the senior from Glen Ridge, New Jersey. It was a great celebration. You saw what it meant to her.
And the
as
team.
it's bouncing in the area. Alive here for Grambling State and cleared. The goalkeeper, Tiana Taylor, is down. She ran into the attacker for Grambling State, going for that loose ball.
You know, it looked like she made a mistake there, but she's actually done really well because that ball's taking really difficult bounce and she's managed to get a right arm on it. She's been hurt on the play as well. I think she maybe got a dead leg. But that could have been really dangerous if it bounces over the beat.
Going back, that was a great celebration from Jaya Simi. She's looking at maybe the end of her college career, 13 minutes away. She throws it in, she sprints in, she scores. And her reaction with her teammates was awesome, sprinting back to midfield.
Yes, that's what's so good about tournament play, though, isn't it? All it takes is that one bit of magic to turn the game, and you've got your team. Just a piece of individual brilliance has brought your team back into it.
Punted away from Taylor, who looks to be okay after that shake-up. Away from Roach. Wide here into the channel. Aria Whitney. Nice ball from Whitney. Callahan, low cross. Clear. Nice work on the backside from Kaya Smith. Good hold-up play. Alexandria Dumar, the Idaho native. Free kick coming to Jackson State.
You see the difference, though, Grambling now, the confidence that goal's brought. They're really getting down the flanks. A good ball in the box from Callahan.
Well, Dumar off the bench, wearing number 11, sophomore from Rexburg, Idaho, Madison High School.
That was Jack in a tackle, Caden Jack. She's already on a yellow card. The referee, we know he's been a little bit card happy in the first half. She's going to be very careful now. That's probably her last chance.
Well put, Andrew Driver. Interesting, Brunson not on the field, maybe saving her for overtime. There's 3 standing there with sub jerseys on, sub bibs. Maybe she's about to enter, but this feels like the time you want Brunson on the field.
Yeah, you need her back. She's been your spark in the game. She's been the most attacking threat. Obviously, when she's gone off, the Grambling have equalised. But it's a toss-up, isn't it? You want to keep her fresh for the injury time. She'll be more of a threat with the energy in the legs.
Slight miscommunication there. Jackson State at the back. And a foul given. Curious there. She was just fighting through 2 defenders for the ball.
I don't understand why you give the free kick. Just play the game, let it go.
Yeah, Cambria Cash was going for that between 2. Restart coming. Game has slowed down since the tying goal. Maybe a painful header there.
It looked painful, especially on a cold night like tonight.
Nice touch to keep it in play. Roach gets there first. Good positioning from the veteran defender. Goal kick coming. Shots from her teammates in the stands to our left.
Good defending. To get the body in front and to shepherd it out like that, win a goal kick, get the possession back in favour.
Here come the changes. Brunson's back, the goal scorer. Joined by Ana Leticia Batista. And Olivia Cobb. Free kick to Grambling State. Roach wants to play quickly. She'll leave it for Ratsadler, and this is where I would love to see them just play it wide of the channel.
Let's go, yeah.
The,
Give the ball to Jack.
the space for Jack is where you want to see the short ball. It falls to Grambling. Great here from Grambling. It's on edge of the box. Pushed wide. Huge save. Tiana Taylor, nearly a go-ahead goal for Grambling State and Kalia Callahan.
It's a great save, isn't it? A great save. Callahan did everything right. Ran into the box and had a great strike into the bottom corner. The goalkeeper just doing enough to tip it wide.
Callahan, one of several transfers from University of Houston on this Grambling State roster. Hannah Roach standing over the corner kick. 7 minutes left in Prairie View. Corner kick again. That was a good battle there from Layla Loring. The Durango High School in Las Vegas. She made it difficult for the clearance. Hannah Roach, Marysville, Ontario. Transfer from Ohio Valley University with the delivery. Oh, good work rate again from Loring. She wins it again. Cross from Roach.
Great
It's
ball.
headed in. The flag is down. Grambling State is back in front. Spectacular second phase of the corner kick. And you should give an assist to Loring to keep that play alive.
Oh, it's all about the ball into the box. And the goalkeeper comes. As soon as the goalie comes, you're in danger. And I'm not sure who got the goal-scoring header. Abitsu with the goal. A great finish. And it's full credit to Grambling, right? They looked up against it. They looked out. They've taken their opportunities and they've turned this game around.
Arbizu, the transfer from Houston, another senior. The senior is getting it done for Grambling State in the second half. Arbizu from San Marcos, Texas. Maybe the biggest goal of her Grambling State career right there. It's 2-1 with under 7 minutes remaining. Oh, the effort. I just love the effort from Layla Loring. Both phases to earn the first corner and the second one. She ran it down. The second time, she returned the ball for the cross. Without that, the goal doesn't happen.
Yeah. And that's what Jackson State have given to this game for 80 minutes. That kind of effort. Grambling have turned it on the last 10 minutes. They've done it a couple of times and got themselves ahead in the game.
Stunning turn of events here. Grambling State seem like it might not be their day. 29 goals on the season, but snake bitten here in Prairie View. But they've scored twice. Seniors with goals. One from a throw-in. The other second phase of a corner kick. Oh, headed back. Rastatler Verhees off her line to make the claim, and under 6 minutes left now in Prairie View.
Good defending. Head back to the goalkeeper. But you thought Grambling were out, didn't you? You thought Grambling State didn't have a chance. They looked devoid of creating anything, and amazing how soccer can turn in such a quick moment.
Here she goes again. I love the effort here from Layla Loring. Relentless. She may not get a goal tonight, but the work rate in the second half has been exceptional.
And that's what they've needed, isn't it? They're up against a team that was going in for everything. And that little bit of effort, just matching what you're up against, can turn the game.
Free kick, Grambling State. Two seniors coming through. Lindsay Jayasimi, the senior from New Jersey, threw it in. It was not clear. She ran onto it and scored. That was the tying goal. And then just moments ago, Miranda Urbitsu, the transfer from Houston, perfect glancing header off a wonderful delivery. Grambling State down 1-0. Really, since the 4th minute of the game, has come all the way back.
But for long periods, it looked like they didn't have the answer, right? It didn't look like they were going to score. But full credit to them. They've shown absolute great character to get themselves into the lead.
Ivana Setka, the Louisiana native, departs. Changes from either side. Maybe a slight tactical change here as we see for Grambling State, Miranda Urbitsu, the goal scorer, moving back to the opposite side. It's Lisbeth Aguero had the game-winning goal against Jackson State in the regular season. She's back in wearing number 11. Loring again involved, pops it up, Urbitsu backside, trying to get ahead to it. It falls, shot hit, off the post and out. Great work, Lisbeth Aguero. She just kept moving and moving, and the ball fell to her.
And what I like about it is in that situation, how many times? 9 times out of 10 you see that balloon over the bar. She's kept her head over the ball. She's got a great angle on it, and it was so close to going in. And that would have been the winner.
That was a clear push in the back, good referee, free kick to that. But I love it. It's hard to teach that, Andrew. As a former player, just you're in the box, keep moving. Don't stop, keep moving. She kept drifting. She found a pocket, and the ball usually finds you.
And it did find her, and what she did so well is the patience when it did fall for her. A lot of people there, they rush it, they try and just hit it as hard as they can. She took her time, let the ball come down, and then almost found the bottom of the net.
Here's Jack into the channel. Aria Whitney earns a corner kick. And this is a different team, Andrew, since the goal. It's almost like they remembered how to score goals again. They had 29 on the year before tonight, and once it went in on the second ever for Jayasimi, this has been a team expecting to score more.
No, and that's what we said. They were trying too hard. But once they got the goal, they realised, hey, we can get back into this. And since then, they've been in the ascendancy.
Hannah Roach, senior, will deliver this. 3:20 left in Prairie View. Into the mix, good spot, headed. Goal kick. Jackson State looking to fight back after they're now shell-shocked. They felt like they had a good chance to win this, and now down 2-1. Oh, nice turn. But 3 white shirts, too many to deal with. Crunching clearance then. And Kyla Sands. Under 3 minutes remaining. Roach with another throw it. Back stretches for our camera operators. They put in a long shift too. Oh, it's on again. They're not trying to kill time. They're looking for a third goal. Loring again. Wonderful ball. She's found Whitney in the channel. 2 to Whitney's right. Nice recovery. Initially, then Whitney wins it back. Free kick given to Jackson State. Good call.
Yeah, you mentioned that. They're going forward now, aren't they? They've got the confidence.
Thrown in just past the hip of Anna Leticia Batista. No nonsense clearance that time. Mackenzie Rastatter. There's a time to try to play out of the back. There's a time to concede to throw it.
Yeah, you're in the final minute of the game. For final 90 seconds, just clear the danger.
Headed out. Determined look to this Grambling team at the moment. Loring's won it. Smart play off to the corner.
We talked about early in the game, would Jackson State be able to continue the energy? And I think the last 10 minutes, especially when they gave the goal up, you could just see the energy drain from them a little bit. And now you see Grambling winning the first balls, winning the second balls.
A scrap. Look at Loring. She has been relentless with her effort in the second half. 24 in white for Grambling State. She's stretching on this near sideline, trying to fight through the final 40 seconds. Here's Jack. She lost it. 31 seconds remaining for Jackson State. They want a tying goal in Prairie View. 4 versus 4. One final push for Jackson State. Cleared to midfield. Jack will clear. Under 15 seconds left. Maybe one final chance for Jackson State. And that will do it. Grambling State was down a goal. The number 3 seed fights back. 2 goals, each from seniors. And Grambling State, the comeback of the tournament so far, they advance to the semifinals tomorrow. Great game, Andrew Driver.
Great game, wasn't it? You have to feel you have to feel sorry for Jackson State. They put absolutely everything in the game. Their effort was magnificent, but Grambling, full credit to them. They went behind for a long spell and they kept at it and they made their own luck in the end and they ran out, won the game. And as a favourite, sometimes you've got to ride your luck a little. They did tonight, and obviously delighted for them to go through.
Well, that was it. That was a great game. An early goal inside 4 minutes from the second team All-SWAC selection, Annalise Brunson. It looked like Jackson State might have time for the upset, but great opportunism. Lindsay Jayasimi took a throw-in from the far side. Less than 15 minutes remaining. Was not cleared. She sprinted from the sideline of the box, scored, and then a bit later on the second phase of a corner kick, it was another senior, the transfer from Houston, Miranda Urbitsu, glancing header to win it. And just like that, Grambling stayed on to the semifinals.
Yeah, they did enough in the end, didn't they? Jackson State, full credit to them, so much energy. And the seniors pulled Grambling through, didn't they? They looked for long spells of the game like they weren't going to be able to do it, but they did. Any good team finds the way in the end.
All right, our last game is forthcoming. Should be a good one. The nightcap. Who will Grambling State meet tomorrow night in the other semifinal? Alabama A&M, number 2 seed, taking on number 7 seed Southern. We'll be back at 8 p.m. Central Time for kickoff of Alabama A&M and Southern. Again, final score, Grambling State wins in comeback fashion, 2-1 over Jackson State for Andrew Driver and our entire crew. Matt Peterson saying so long for now. We'll talk to you at 8 p.m. for Alabama A&M and Southern.